Colaborar estrechamente con Brian Tracy ha sido una experiencia inolvidable. Brian no solo es reconocido conferencista y autor, sino que es un verdadero líder de opinión en el desarrollo personal. Siempre he admirado sus conocimientos. Con una vasta colección de más de 90 libros y numerosos seminarios, ha impactado vidas a nivel mundial. Es un privilegio unir fuerzas con él en este libro. Brian, having touched millions of lives over the years,
Yes.
what is your advice for the new generation of trainers and coaches out there?
Well, the number one reason why people do anything is to be happy or to be happier. And in English, I call this the factor, ER. So they want to be happier. They want to be
Wealthier.
do things faster, easier, cheaper, more profitably. And so your job in any field is to improve the lives of other people. And your success, your income is going to be determined by how successful you are at improving the lives of others and how many others you can help. So you always have to be thinking about the fact that people are completely selfish. They only ask, what is in it for me?
That's correct.
So your question is, what can I do to help completely selfish people like yourself to improve the quality of their lives and work? The number one thing that people want is to earn more money.
That's correct.
We call this the 3 M's, make more money. So your job is to show people, if you're offering training or any other services, is that if you take my advice, you will make more money faster than if you don't. Now, here is something that I discovered for myself, is that if your services are truly valuable, no matter what you charge for your services, the person will earn more money than they pay you. So your services will be free, as you are going around selling free services. All they have to do is learn and apply. And not only that, once they have paid back the cost, from then on, everything they earn is profit. So you sell services that are free plus a profit.
Yes, and as we know from you, offer a warranty.
Yes.
Warranty,
Guarantee, yes.
get out of the risk to
Yes.
try.
Yes, and that is so smart because that tells the prospective customer that you have complete confidence in your work. And so you have no problem giving them 100% guarantee. And I just learned that at the beginning of my career, and I have done it ever since, is always, if you're not happy, you get your money back. Then it's my job to make sure that you are happy.
Yes,
and,
that's correct.
and that has been true. I've had to give money back from my work twice in 35 years.
Imagine.
Yeah, and why? Is the reasons why is that I was speaking day after day after day, and I became really tired, and I forgot the name of my client in the middle of a talk. And they said afterwards, we were very disappointed. And I said, no charge.
No problem. Yes. There is something that you taught me many years ago, is when you tell me the truth, you are free. You are no problem. Now I am a father of a 4-year. You met Daniel, my son.
Yes.
So I will apply that principle in Daniel's grown up.
Yes.
So, and I heard Michael say the same. So thank you for that as well.
The most important advice that I could give in personal relationships is the greatest need that people have is to feel important. They need to feel important. And the most successful people make others feel important. How do you make others feel important? Well, you compliment them and you praise them and you thank them. But the most important thing is you never criticize. When I was brought up a Catholic, and my wife was brought up Catholic, and the Catholic Church uses guilt a lot. And guilt is based on criticism. is making people feel bad about themselves. And so what you do is you make a decision that you will never criticize your child, no matter what they do, no matter what mistakes they make. My children, 4 grown, have never been criticized. And as a result, they're all positive. They're like Michael, they're self-confident, they're happy. And now they have children, and those children have never been criticized. And as a result, they are positive and happy. And the most important factor is they laugh all the time.
That is
They
correct.
laugh. Like perfect example, you see little Romeo.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and he just laughs all the
All
time.
the time. And
Because-
his confidence as well.
Yes, and because his parents pour the love on him and they never criticize.
Yeah.
And that's one advice I would give to anybody who has children is no matter what your previous experience, never criticize. If they do something and make a mistake, what do you say is, what happened? And ask them to explain it. And you say, what did you learn?
That's correct.
Yes, and then the third question is, what are you going to do differently next time?
Yeah.
Those 3 questions help your child grow and grow fast and to love you and respect you more because you become the most important source of making them feel important
That is
in their lives. Anyway,
So thank you for that, Brian. Helped me a lot in parenthood.
yes.
So thank you for that.
We have written a book together, and I know from my experience with you that you have very high levels of integrity that you apply to everybody and everything in your life. So where did this commitment to the value of integrity come from?
Thank you for the question, Brian. Integrity for me is both personal and a generational commitment.
Yes.
I have in my life strong role models who emphasize the importance of honesty and ethics.
Yes.
Now, more than ever, with my son Daniel, watching me, my every move,
Yes.
I always think that I want my son to know that his father not only preach about integrity,
Yes.
but live it.
Yes.
So that's my most important.
That's so important. I worked with Albert Schweitzer in Africa many years ago, and after I left his village, I read his books, and he had this beautiful book. It said, "Men must be taught at the school of example, for they will learn at no other."
Yes, that's
And
correct.
so the example that you set, not only for your son, but for your students, is the most important thing that you can do. Not what you say, because anybody can say nice things, but what you do and the way you treat those people is true test of the person you are and the true test of your integrity. That's really wonderful.
Thank you
It's
for that.
so it's the most important quality. Peter Drucker, you've heard me talk about.
Yes.
Peter Drucker said integrity is the most important quality you can have in business, because without that, no other qualities are important.
That is correct. Yes, integrity is nowadays with our reputation everywhere.
Yes.
You cannot go away
Yes.
if you mess with your reputation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in my book, I have the law of reputation. And basically it says that your whole life will be determined by what people say about you after they have done business with you.
Mm-hmm.
What do they say to other people? And it's what they say that determines whether more people buy from you, whether people argue about your price, everything. So throughout your life, you think always, anything I do or say is going to follow behind me. So you act with integrity at all times, even and especially even when it's expensive.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct. And I have a saying that I found out in these 20 years that I being a real estate instructor in Florida. I say, do you know when you are good at what you do is when your enemies recommend your services.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's what. If they because the recommendation is not to favor me, it's
Right.
favor
Yes.
their friends, their family.
And I think you mean your competitors, not your enemies.
No, yeah, my competitors.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So So there are some people that don't like us or compete with us, but
Yes.
they still recommend us. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what the way
That's
I
very
want to
good.
say. So Brian, thank you very much for all you do for millions of people like me. Now, write a book with you is an honor and a pleasure. I really think that this opportunity is one in a lifetime. So
Thank you.
thank you.
I have to finish with a story. There was a new immigrant from Mexico named Jose,
Oh yeah.
and they took him to a baseball game in Los Angeles, and there were 50,000 people, and the singer came out and they sang the national anthem, and he said, it was amazing. He said, this is Jose, he said, they all stood up and they said, Jose, can you see?
See, that is a good one.
That's a good story. So that's what I
So,
think about you,
thank
Jose. Can you
thank
see?
you very much, Brian. See
Thank
you
you.
next time. Thank you. Ahora, si quieren saber más acerca de cómo pueden vender mejor usando las herramientas que nos trae la inteligencia artificial, los invito a ir a mi website, ventais.com, como ventas, pero ventais.com. Los veo allá. Gracias.